Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to announce that starting next week, you can get the Triple Threat podcast in 4K. All you need is a 4K iTunes and a 4K iPhone or Android device or Libsyn account, a 4K iTunes account. It's very exciting and the highest definition you possibly can receive the Triple Threat podcast, and you'll hear every click, beep, whir, and buzz in 4K. Get ready for it, folks. 4K, available by subscription only for a low, low price, $99.99 a month. 4K Triple Threat podcast coming at you. We're very excited because we're about to make a lot of money. There it is, folks. Welcome to the Triple Threat podcast. Soon to be available, guys, in 4K. I'm glad we inked this deal with Rogers Telecommunications. What do you think, Matt? You were the one who really pioneered this. You were the one who pushed forward when we said it was not a good idea to have an audio format released in 4K. You said otherwise, did you?
I always thought it was pronounced fork.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I thought we were arranging some sort of streaming fork thing where I was given a different fork every month.
Yeah, it's
for a stream.
There's some streams around here I could go see what burbles up from a brook.
Oh, I'm gonna wash that off.
Hey, that's Alex. Hi, Alex.
Oh yeah, Alex.
$99.90. Hey,
$99.99
a month. That's
that's
one a week. So that's pretty good. $25 a pod.
Steep.
Yeah, that's the introductory offer, and then that's for the first 6 months, and then after that, it bumps up a little bit.
Bumps up. I like that
To $279.99.
$279. Yeah, a little. Yeah, it's good. It is a high quality audio format, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's how much title costs, so that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I just got my first title bill in the mail. The mailman came. Ladder carrier here, and he
I
had
had to sell my car title to get title. Title.
Good gracious. Yes, this is the Triple Threat podcast, and if you are listening to us, you probably know us in person, but
Just leave it at that.
yeah. We're
I don't
coming
think we
at
get
you.
any new listeners.
No, or any new to listeners, right? We're coming at you from all coasts, all sides of the world here, or one country. It's a big country, though, right? I figure. Matt, you've been on
Second
either.
largest there is, Will.
It is the largest there is. Matt, you've
Second
been on
largest.
Second largest.
It is no. It's the biggest, baby. We got to start just.
I would say we're the
really,
second largest non-invading country.
We just got to be so delusional about our country.
Ukraine.
We just got to be walking around the world. We really need to, start puffing up our chests a little more, saying that we are number one, biggest country in the world. Number one biggest is us. We are big. And then we walk around the world with our.
I like that we
all talk like this.
I'm glad we have that accent.
In the Canada. Okay, this is what we do here.
We are Canadian.
Hey, Justin Trudeau saw Hamilton over the weekend, so we're basically taking over.
He saw Hamilton.
What?
Yeah, we're taking over.
Did you just go to New York for fun?
I don't know. There was what was the thing Leo was talking at? Wasn't there like some Earth Day thing that they all signed a bill for? Where was that?
Paris.
No,
Yeah,
it was
Paris
from
is
the
on the
Paris. Was that in Paris?
There was an Earth Day bill signed in Paris.
Oh, I thought it was about the meetings in Paris, but I don't know where it was actually.
I believe it was in Paris because Obama was there with the Queen. Not there, but he went to Britain afterwards and hung out with the Queen and Prince Philip.
Well, I guess maybe Trudeau just swung by New York after going to Paris.
Sure. He was chilling with Liz.
Yeah.
He goes on a lot of vacations. I don't want to get this. Political.
Yeah, this is some serious political diatribe here. Goes.
I mean, hey, it must be nice.
So it's
Yeah.
the Paris climate change. Paris climate change at the UN headquarters, wherever the heck that is.
That's
in New York. They put it in New York because the precursor to the United Nations, the League of Nations, was not in the U.S. and the U.S. left it, and that's what killed it. So they're like,
League of Nations.
we'll put the headquarters to this organization in the U.S. so they can't leave.
So Rusev.
That's why it's there.
Rusev, Sheamus, yeah, not
Sheamus.
Wade Barrett anymore though. You got kicked out.
other guy.
Guys, I don't do wrestling. Is there
Roberto Domingo.
is there a thing in wrestling called the League of Nations?
Yeah,
Oh,
all the
okay.
guys.
There's a guy from
Okay.
Ireland, the guy from Mexico, the guy from Britain and the Bulgarian brute.
Okay, sure.
Well, the guy from Britain got kicked out because his contract is up.
Which guy was that?
That was Bad News Barrett. I think he might do M&A.
M&A.
Mixed martial arts. Alice, you watched the UFC last night, by the way? There was 119
on Saturday night.
That's what I said, on Saturday night.
Who does the UFC on a Sunday night? Idiot.
Yeah.
I did not see it.
And
you had to pay to view it, and I decided that I wasn't going to. Johnny Bones Jones came back. Brother of Chandler. Sister of Arthur.
Yes.
Mother of father.
Mother of
Came back after a year off of... I read this big, long Rolling Stone article, actually, on John Jones, and he was talking about his old training camps back in the day. He's like, I just go and get drunk all the time, like constantly. Didn't have to really train for my fights. Like, went out when I beat Mauricio Shogun, who became the youngest champion ever, and was just like, yeah, I just beat him. You're just like, oh, okay. So you're fighting world-class fighters, having okay training camps, and just having no type of chill whatsoever. He's just like, yeah, I just go out and get drunk as anything and do whatever I wanted and still won all my fights. And he's like, didn't matter. So if he hadn't got in the couple accidents he got into where he actually got pulled from fights, who knows where he'd be. But came back, won by unanimous decision. So it looks like he's the big fight that's going to be coming is at UFC 200, him and Daniel Cormier on July 9th, which has taken a long time to get to. So they fought once before, another fight again because he has the interim title.
Yeah, UFC 200 is the big one. That's the whole reason.
Conor McGregor was supposed to fight at that one.
Dude,
who the heck knows what happened?
Kind of retired, kind of didn't.
Yeah. Didn't retire. Said he was.
It was like a little power play.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I still don't know if he's gonna fight at 200 or not. So we'll see what happens there.
What does he need? He needs money. He needs to get payday from Dana. Is that what he's asking for?
Well, he wants. I think he's saying that hey, you guys are gonna make hundreds of millions of dollars off this, and you're paying me, $7 million, which is, I'd like to get $7 million. I don't know how much he actually
$7 million for a fight.
I don't know what he actually ends up getting. That'd be really high for a UFC fight. I guess they look at people like Floyd Mayweather, who can make literally $150 million in a fight. For one fight. The Pacquiao fight, I think between the two of them, they made $220 million or something like that. Something so stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, but I think, my opinion is, for a UFC card, you're paying, I think, for the card, right? And for
that's
Mayweather
part of it.
Pacquiao,
but Mayweather Pacquiao, there still is an undercard on there. So
yes, there is.
But
and those fighters get a ham sandwich. Here you go. We have no money.
But certainly most.
There's a loony in that ham sandwich, though.
What fighters are going to bring bigger. Because it's pay-per-view, right? So they pay, and that certain fighters like Brock Lesnar back in the day, like George St. Pierre, like Ronda Rousey, like Anderson Silva, are going to bring in way more buys.
Yeah, and McGregor will bring in a lot of buys.
And McGregor brings in a ton of buys too, so
he's the biggest.
He brings in Dubai's buy.
Yeah, a lot of noofs are going to watch that, but he's the biggest male star in the sport right now, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Bigger than the Chronicle Herald, he's the male
Oh, boo.
But I heard that there was a fight over in I think it was in Ireland, and he was cornering somebody. He's in somebody's corner, and
the dude died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was cornering the guy. They're in the same training camp or same training facility.
Yeah.
Which usually sometimes you corner guy or not corner guy. But yeah, that guy died after the fight, I think, due to I don't know, a head injury, blunt force trauma.
Holy cow.
Something like that. Yeah, which UFC usually prides itself in because they're it's not like boxing where you stay up there for 10, 12 rounds just routinely getting punched. Once you get knocked out, you're out and the fight's over. But,
yeah.
So there's hopefully less trauma to the head, but there's not really any proof of that.
They're really cautious about stopping it.
Yeah.
And boxing is all force. It's all impact and trauma. But with UFC, they try to make it more wrestling, more grappling. With a bit
I think
of
it just got legalized in New York too.
Did it really?
I think so, which was the last state to.
Where is
to have
UFC
it.
200 going to be? In Vegas?
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, they kind of went with some bigger stadiums for a while, like the Rogers Center they had at Rogers Center. Yeah,
Rogers
They
Center.
had like 55 million. 55 million. It's a lot of. This is against the fire protocol, the fire safety protocol. What am I looking up? Oh, UFC 200. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, so they had like 50,000 people at the Rogers Center, but most times it just ends up being 10 to 15,000, I guess.
Yeah, like a
T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
T-Mobile Arena.
T-Mobile.
Is that where the NHL team's going to play? Or are they going to have a new arena?
It opened April 6, 2016. Yes, it was brand spanking new. Holds about 20,000 people for boxing / MMA. 18,800 for basketball. 17,500 for ice hockey. And 12,000 and 19,600 for concerts.
12,000 and 19,000. Do you have to add those together?
Two, between, depending on how big, Beyonce's set is, then we'll see what happens there.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah, so Beyonce. Yeah, but Beyonce. She dropped her album, which I haven't heard. I've never bought a Beyonce album.
I don't think you've ever heard of Beyonce. I've never. I would
I've
be
heard
the
a
one
Beyonce
most likely
song.
to have heard a Beyonce album, and I have not heard a Beyonce album. I've heard her songs.
I thought her name might be
Yeah.
Bianca. I wasn't sure when I first saw it.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Be once.
So,
She did this last time with her, as Matt would say, eponymous album.
Yeah.
In 2013.
Can I be clear that eponymous is the proper word for that? Okay.
Yeah, you can be clear.
As long as that's
Her self-titled album.
her.
what is it?
Also-
Yeah, what is it? Is that what eponymous means?
It means
Yeah,
it's named after yourself. Yes.
Yourself, yeah.
Maybe not true. Okay.
Which is that was her fifth album, so it's kind of weird.
It's weird
Like,
to do in
usually. Back in the day, back when I was a young buck, your eponymous album was always like your first one, and then you came up with
Yeah,
something else.
you would be like my album, Megan Trainor.
Yeah. I hate Megan Trainor. Anyway,
You're
so
not
she
about
did it in
that
2013. She kind of did it with Formation before the Super Bowl. Then after the Super Bowl, she announced a surprise world tour, and now just dropped another album again after an HBO special called Lemonade, because when life gives you lemons,
Oh.
you just say, screw the lemons and bail.
So like, how's her stand-up if she had an HBO special?
It's pretty good. I mean, HBO does other things.
I assume it was her at Madison Square Garden,
it's
a la Louis or
stand-up.
something like that.
Yeah. And she just does all of Louis' bits. She does it exactly like Louis. She's like, I'm so fat and bald and have two
Divorced.
Two
Just
kids.
such a
daughters.
divorced man.
Anyway, so
Jay-Z's
I haven't
the
heard
crap.
the album yet, but apparently it's all about being
Beyonce.
cheated on, I guess.
Okay, actually, I saw a lot of that sort of thing online yesterday.
Yeah.
She's still with.
Hell hath no
Is she
fury.
not still with Jay-Z? Like, I don't understand the
Well,
relationship.
Tidal's owned by Jay-Z. They're still together. They're still very much a couple.
Because I heard it was like it's all about a breakup, and I'm like, but hasn't she been with the same guy for like a long time?
Yeah.
So I don't really understand
Sean
it.
Carter.
Yeah, so I don't really understand it because it's like, how intense is it if she's with the guy? I don't get it.
Oh, it must be like a past relationship.
I know, it seems weird to focus on a past relationship like that, though. Like,
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to
Get
write an
over it,
album
guys.
being like, me and my husband are great.
Everyone seems to think it's Jay's.
We got a lot of money and it's awesome.
the Blue Jay-Z, bourgeoisie, Blue Jay-Z.
It just
Well, Blue Ivy is their dog.
Yes, I know, but I was thinking Blue Jays. Anyway, that's okay. So she's an album. She was
an
on.
album. 50K for a verse, no album out, and my money's so tall that my body's gonna climb it. Climb it, find it.
Again, we bring up Nikki.
Oh, is that what that was?
I don't give it.
That was her.
Yeah, we did this
monster
last week
rhyme.
too.
Man, guys, I don't know.
There's
bro.
gonna be a monster reference in every.
Every podcast, I have a list of the things we talk about. I try to keep track of it so that I can put it in the podcast description. Check your podcast description if you're not reading them, so you can get something ahead of time. And I think last week my note started with Nicki Minaj. I guess was the first thing we talked about.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't clear to me.
Can
I didn't quite get it, you guys.
Well, you should
No,
get
no,
it.
it's fine.
Get it, girl.
It was in my Instagram bio. Now my Instagram bio just says the human form of the 100 emoji. So
I mean, that's just who you are. Period.
the cockiest thing I've ever heard.
I got it from Chelsea Peretti.
Guys, can we talk about somebody else who was once known as an emoji? Prince.
Yeah.
That transition
He
was
wasn't
worthy
an
of Prince.
emoji. He was a symbol.
I saw something this week. It was a floppy disk with the Prince logo on it that Prince's publicist sent to newspapers so they could insert it into their written content. Because nobody had a Prince key,
my God,
and it was
that's amazing.
sort of pre-internet a little bit, so they actually had there's actually floppy disks.
When you refer to Prince and Print, here is the key you must strike. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so you can't just call him Taft Cap or whatever it was, the artist formerly known as.
The artist formerly known as Prince. Yeah.
So yeah, Prince died, you guys.
He did.
So
I don't really have.
you don't have a lot to say,
any
sure.
thoughts on the person. He was really good musician. He could music really good.
He was a killer guitarist. His death, I think, for a lot of people is just kind of surprising more than anything.
Oh yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not like he was sick, and I don't think they've found any.
It's
No,
not like
there
Beyonce
was-
dropping an album that comes out of nowhere. But
He
this
was
out
never
of a
like
different
there was
way.
never old Prince to me. It was just like Prince and Prince and Prince. The last thing I vividly remember him doing is that 10-minute. I think it was like 8 or 10 minutes on SNL when he was a musical guest.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, Prince, man, he still got it, man. Prince.
Well,
killing
they
it.
had SNL literally did a whole episode just going over his music last weekend.
This weekend,
on-
yeah.
on
'Cause
Saturday
this weekend
night.
was it
Wasn't
was gonna be,
live, and Jimmy Fallon was doing like intros to the bits and stuff like that, and they actually showed Prince doing the 40th anniversary party with like Jimmy Fallon and Chris Rock. And
Was
stuff.
that properly? Was it properly shot? Like, did it seem like?
No.
Okay. It was like cell phone footage.
It
pretty
was
much?
just like some
iPhone.
random camera in the corner and like doesn't move. You're like, who caught that? But it's kind of cool.
It was
anyway.
cool. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well,
wasn't
someone
even-
asked because he did like the Super Bowl halftime show a while ago, and
Oh,
like
so
I didn't
good.
realize how good he was at guitar.
Right.
But also at, like a George Harrison tribute, they did "Why My Guitar Gently Weeps."
Oh,
with,
yes.
like Clapton and other people, and he did the friggin' solo for the song. So Clapton has said, and I don't know about this because you always go, you don't know if to trust quotes or not. Like the Beatles one, where it's like Ringo's not even the best drummer in the Beatles. You're like, there's actually no proof John Lennon ever said that. However, what I read was that someone asked Eric Clapton what it's like to be the best guitar player in the world, and he's like, I don't know, you'll have to ask Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also saw
So-
that, and I also saw that it may not have really been true.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
But it's fun to pretend.
the sentiment
Same
exists.
conversation.
The sentiment exists.
yes.
Yeah, the Prince thing was funny. Like, I got into Prince in high school pretty randomly. Like, just in like the start of grade 12, I started listening to Prince, and then shortly after I got into him, it was announced he was doing the halftime show, which is really odd
Yeah.
timing given that it was 2006.
Yeah.
And I remember I sang Purple Rain karaoke at my after grad.
Nice.
Yes, it was awesome. But yeah, but Prince was funny, and I was reflecting on this week. When you think about celebrity deaths, I think David Bowie kind of kicked the year off with people thinking about that. But
Kicked it off in a bad way because I don't think a lot of people knew that because Bowie really he died of cancer.
Yeah.
He kept that really under wraps.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was funny with Prince because even though he was a musician who I really loved, and his music was really great, it still didn't really have that much of an impact on me because with Prince, like, he wasn't like a friend. He was just like, he was a musician. And when someone's a musician, like, and they're distant from you like that, it's not like Prince was about to do anything that was going to further impact my life. Like, his career musically, more or less, was already kind of done. Like, he had done his peak, he had done everything he was going to do. So for him to die was like sad, but the difference between if he died now and if he died in 30 years isn't that major for me, because he's not a, like, some people treat celebrities like they're their best friends, but it's like, well, I didn't know him, he just was a musician.
Yeah, no, I think I know what
You
you're
know what I
saying.
mean?
You're saying that he wouldn't really have done anything else musically
Yeah.
from now until whenever that he didn't do already.
Yeah, and I was surprised by that because that's not how I figured I would react to his death a little bit. So I was kind of trying to grapple with what it means to react to someone's death like that. Like, what someone's death that affected me much more that happened most recently was Michelle McNamara, who is Patton Oswalt's wife, died on the weekend, and she was 46. She was a mother of a 7-year-old girl. She's like a wife. She's a wife. She's a really great true crime writer, which is like something
I did
else
not know that.
Oh,
Which I didn't know. I didn't know
great
she was an
stuff.
author.
Great stuff. I remember I read an article of hers about a serial killer in L.A. In the article, she just mentions offhand that her husband was a comedian, and I was like, I wonder if he's major enough to actually know who, like, for that to be someone I would know. And I looked it up, but as Patton Oswalt, I was like, oh, he's like a comedian, like he's properly a whole thing. So
He like makes a career off of that. And,
so hers was just tragic.
I didn't know anything about her at all.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things. Just like it kind of a gut punch. It's like how do you come to grips with that? Like 46 is not an age where you're at all expecting life to end, and there's a daughter there, and how does it affect his life? Anyway, not to bring everybody down, but it's just kind of it's been a day or a few days to reflect on passing, life, death, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, especially since Patton's special just dropped on Netflix.
Friday.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it yet either.
Yeah, that bummed me out.
But I certainly will. But yeah, that's just such odd timing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Michelle McNamara. So check her out if you're interested in any true crime stuff, because it really is well written, really interesting.
Yeah.
Stuff what's going on there. Yeah.
But yeah, just back to Prince for 1
Yeah.
second. I think most people can agree that Prince's peak was in the '80s around Purple Rain, right?
And Batman.
And
Which was 80s.
Batman, yeah. But his but I think he had some decent staying power. I think the strength for him was his live show.
Yes.
Which a lot of people said was...
Yeah, I mean, he was still
pretty
working.
unreal.
He probably played Halifax, I think, maybe
2011.
2010, 2011,
Yeah,
something like
the
that.
year I left, he came to Halifax. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's like 5 years ago.
It wasn't a cheap ticket either. It was like pretty expensive, but apparently put on a good show. I just don't know him well enough to really like to justify going. I guess I wouldn't know like 3/4 of the songs, so it'd be like Raspberry Beret.
Yeah, I go if
Kiss.
I was a celebrity and we were in a skybox. It's like
Matt, sing a Purple Rain. Give me a little Purple Rain.
Always wanna see you laughing in the purple rain.
Yeah, I don't even think I
Purple
know that
rain,
song.
rain, purple rain.
wow. That should have been the intro.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll have a
we
nice
can
Prince
make that the
outro. How's that?
Yeah,
a little bit of
that?
Prince to end.
Or how
end our
about a
show.
little take a
What?
walk on life?
Why not go
On
live?
life?
It
Yeah.
We've done that. We've done that one. We've done that already. I like that Matt's getting a little chestier with the musical selections. He's like, well, maybe we're allowed to use it, maybe we're not. But
We're not, but no one listens to it.
Yeah, it also super doesn't
I
matter.
I don't love your use of chesty.
Chesty.
I like gutsy.
I was gonna say.
I like-
Yeah.
Other variations on that, chesty is just like you use it for one
Chesty.
thing, and even then, in polite company, no.
Chesty. I
Matt's
was
getting
trying to-
pretty ballsy.
I mean, like how you puff up your chest with pride. So he's like, maybe
Matt's showing a lot of ruthless aggression.
Maybe he's like, gambling's illegal in these parts.
Oh, I like that.
problem with that?
Is it, am I the Duke there or something?
No, it's out of shape, in shape guy from the 1950s.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. I
What's that from?
What is that from?
It's a Family Guy joke.
Oh, of course it is.
He's
Out of
like,
shape, in shape.
gambling's illegal in these parts. You got a problem with that? I don't know. I'm waiting for you to breathe out. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to find a picture of out of shape. In shape
I
guy.
just looked him up.
Yeah, there you go.
Reminds me of people trying to hook up in Russia in the wintertime. It's such a crapshoot because the coats are so big. And the guy and girl take off their jackets at the same time. And the guy's enormous and the girl's like pretty in shape. And he's like, yes. And she's like, oh. Out of shape, in shape guy. Oh, God.
A couple jewels. So, yeah, Prince... yeah, man, it's hard to see Prince go. Earlier this year, we saw Bowie go. Fellow that's still around and did 2 shows here in Vancouver last week, and I missed them both. Was Mr.
They were advertised, right?
Mr. Paul McCartney. They're advertised. Oh yeah, they're advertised. Hell yeah. There were posters on the telephone posts. What do you call those? Just posters, I guess. They're posters around town.
There were posts on posts.
Posts
I
on
don't know what
posts
you
on
call
posts.
those.
Posts on
Got
posts.
racks on racks on racks on racks on racks.
Backs on backs on backs on backs.
It was said.
Post no bills.
it just said, "Welcome to Vancouver, Paul," and I'm like, "That's very nice." Also, I don't think he's gonna see that because he's not just walking around town. He might be. I don't know. He could be one of those guys who's just
it's the thought that counts.
walking around town. But
Did it just say Paul?
Paul, it just said, "Welcome to Vancouver, Paul." And
Yeah,
it has like
then
a
if you're
picture
a
of him.
Paul, you're just like, yeah, son.
It's not a picture of Paul McCartney. It says, "Welcome to Vancouver, Paul." Anybody named Paul is like, "Oh, well, I've lived here for my whole life, but
Hyper specific,
I
good.
do
Good
feel
stuff.
welcome. I do feel welcome to Vancouver." I'll look up his set list. Yeah, I miss Paul, but for some reason, I don't know why Jimmy Fallon was here.
Vacation,
Was-
I guess.
Yeah,
Well, that's because the
so.
UN bill was the Paris bill was being signed in there, right?
It's because it was here. What do they do?
Yeah, did he have the week off? Even if he has the week off, it's still random that he would go to.
Yeah, and Will, you sent us a video that was of him doing his kind of his
barbershop.
yeah, his
quartet.
bit with his writers. So I guess maybe he took them all out to Vancouver to go see Paul McCartney and just kind of hang out there.
Which is cool, but like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
reason
70,
I ask is that like
70 kilometers was there.
I think Paul is like
Oh, you suck, Alex. 80 miles.
I want to know 80 miles.
Oh boy. It's oh my gosh.
70 kilometers. That's the lamest thing, and I love you for it. No, there's the. I'm pretty sure he's going to like the East Coast though. Maybe Jimmy. You know what? Maybe Jimmy was here, like rehearsing, for a Tonight Show bit. So he's like, yeah, what city doesn't matter that much. Oh, okay. We'll go to Vancouver.
What's the night show bit? What do you mean?
Maybe they're going to play. I saw her standing there on the Tonight Show in a couple weeks. If Paul's going to be in New York,
Paul's like, just come out to Vancouver.
I'm here.
Hey, you can just come and we'll give it a shot there.
Why not, eh? Why not, eh?
Why not?
Classic McCartney. Yeah.
Just to, and then I'm done with puns. But I saw this one on Twitter this morning. It says, "If I gradually cut my friend Shirley in line, do I slowly but surely?"
I like that. I like that more than anything else you've done today.
Well, that's mine then. I didn't get it off the Twitter machines.
Oh.
Okay, here I have his. He's at MetLife Stadium August 7th this year.
Augie Sev.
So-
Interesting.
So Jimmy
Man, he's
could
got a lot of.
Jimmy could be there for that. But he's played BC Place before.
Yeah, he did the Rogers Arena twice, did he?
Yeah, that's what he did. He did Rogers twice.
Have you guys ever seen him in concert, Matt?
No, I was
You're the
away
only
that
one.
summer. I would have loved it.
I guess I'm the
You're the
only
only
one.
No, I'm
Opened with Jet. No, he opened with Baby Drive My Baby Drive My Car.
Yeah, you almost try my car, right? Because I have that. That's the. It's basically the same set list he did on the Goodnight. What's it called? Goodnight New York album.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
like
much.
live album that I have.
I feel like his set list doesn't change too much.
I mean, what would you do?
I feel like I bought that album because I wanted that similar set list, and then I ended up getting a bootleg DVD copy of the concert.
It
The
changed.
Halifax one?
Some guy in Brazil. Yeah.
Whoa.
Because I can see the comparison between the one of the set list in 2012 and 2016. So he plays different Beatles songs. Pardon me. I think he opened with "Hard Day's Night" on this tour. And
But what note? That's my opening to Hard Day's
Hard
Night.
Day's Night too.
And then I think he had the Delta
Slam.
Delta like
Sit.
pipe band or something to do Mull of Kintyre.
Oh yeah.
Because he brought up, what did he bring up in Halifax? The Halifax,
the Halifax
fight-
Boys and Girls Club.
Well, we all play bagpipes in Halifax. So it's
we
just
all
like
do,
some of
yeah.
those.
I remember day I was born, Mom put a bagpipe in my face. She said, you're gonna play the pipes just like everybody here in Nova Scotia." Remember that thick accent she used to have?
Yeah.
She's lost it now, which is nice. I mean, she lost her mind. Sorry, not the accent.
Oh my god.
It's okay. They're coming out to visit here in Vancouver in a couple weeks, so if I know Mom, she still
I
has
think you
that.
should Google the definition of.
She still has that.
She might
she
get
still
that
has
accent
little
back, actually.
Left hook. She's got that left hook. She's got to hit me with.
Hit me with that left hook. Come on.
Alex is saying, "Oh yeah," and she would chop my throat too. She would say, "Woo!" Give me old.
Oh gosh.
Shut up.
And comparing. By the way, no. This actually is a dream I had about Ric Flair. Oh, I had a dream last night, and the only reason I'll tell you this is because it involves all of you. You guys were there.
Oh, cool.
It was the whole family, and we were breaking into
Nice.
an NFL office.
What?
To grab new ball prototypes that they had. This is what it was, and I broke in and I stole these ball prototypes, and then no one caught me. Take that,
Nice.
The NFL's security in their office.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah. Hey,
Now, why would you in this dream have any interest in taking NFL football prototypes?
Yeah, I think Alex
Well,
and I
you
have
guys-
a reason.
No, you guys were all there. Oh, you guys
Gotta
have a
go gas
reason. Yeah.
law.
Yeah, you guys need to find out how to let the air out.
Who let the air out? No one did. No one did. No one did. Who?
Did we talk about
Oh.
the new trade?
Don't
We
say
talked
talk
the
about
Rams
it.
trading for
It happened. No, because it happened the last week. The what do you call them? The Browns.
the Eagles,
Eagles
and the Washingtons. Nope, not Washingtons. The Eagles and the who was second?
It was
Browns.
The Browns. Yeah.
Yeah,
Eagles and
yep,
Browns.
Yep.
Yeah, so 1 and 2 have both gone. They've
1 and 2 are not gone. They're still
They've
there.
they've moved.
They just gone to different teams. I text my friend Ross, who's an Eagles fan, and he just sent me a GIF of Ross from Friends going, "Why? Why would you do that?"
Is that
So
Ross
he's,
of Hustle and Grind Co?
No, different Ross.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's like,
Yeah, it's definitely the same one. Actually,
He psyched me.
and then he said, "I'll probably die before they ever win a championship." So he not too thrilled with the trade.
That is super.
I
stuff.
understand.
Also, probably true.
I think I understand why they made the trade they did, because I think we've come to accept in the NFL that you need to have a starting quarterback or you don't win a championship. You just don't unless you have
Right.
Peyton Manning
Unless you
Right,
have
or
Trent Dilfer.
Joe Flacco.
or Joe Flacco.
Hey, he was the MVP of the Super Bowl. What the hell? What are you talking about? He was the MVP.
I mean, we were like a play away from Colin Kaepernick being the MVP of the Super Bowl.
We sure were.
Well, Trent Dilfer was a
Eli
Super
Manning,
Bowl winning
two-timer.
quarterback. Wow, I don't know who he beat to
Insert
get
the
that
Michael
title.
Jordan crying face meme. On my...
By the way, the Jordan cry face is probably my favorite thing ever. What did
Oh,
they just?
I hate it. It's
What did they just
so
recently-
overdone.
It's
It's so overdone.
There's someone that used it on recently though. It might have just been on. Heck, maybe it was Spieth? I don't remember. It just kills me every time because it's
I just like Spieth from the Butler cabin where he's just like,
it's so
Staring
That's such
into
an amazing look.
it's so misused because he's not crying because something went wrong.
No,
he's crying because he's retiring.
no, it's his Hall of Fame,
And
wasn't
he
it?
had an
his
amazing
Hall of Fame.
or his Hall.
He's honored, right? Like,
he's being honored. He's being like it's the greatest thing to ever happen to a player, and he's just he's
I'm pretty
emotional
sure
about
his
it.
Hall of Fame speech is like notably
Bad.
like super cocky.
yeah.
Like insanely cocky.
Is it really? Well,
Yeah.
It's only cocky if you can't back it up. Wait, no, get that backwards. Have the Eagles never won a championship? By the way,
They've never won a Super Bowl.
they've
They've
won.
won.
They've won.
They've won an NFL championship,
championships.
but they've never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I mean, they have Sam Bradford. Everyone thought he was going to be the starter for whatever reason, but now they're going to go. Looks like Goff and Wentz, and I don't know if either one of those are actually, career quarterbacks or.
Yeah, I don't think that they are. I think I understand why they're rolling the dice, though.
I don't know, man. Like, you look at where some quarterbacks go that become the starters. Like, Wilson went 75th overall the same year that RG3 and Luck went 1-2. And if you look at, if he was good to go up against either quarterback, you wouldn't really necessarily say that Luck is, 75 times better or, they didn't have a chance otherwise. And same with Derek Carr. When Blake Bortles went 3rd overall, Derek Carr went like 31st overall to Oakland. And he's notably probably, he's got better weapons, but probably a better quarterback, if not equally as good. So it's hard to say where guys go. And it's really hard to gauge. So like you said, it's easy to know that, yeah, you need a quarterback in this league. It's really hard to gauge who's what.
Well, I remember when the Seahawks had Matt Flynn. This is when they got their new the new uniforms. This is
New,
yeah. New.
Yeah.
It's like 2012, and there was a sports store in it wasn't in Seattle, it was on the way to Seattle, it was at the outlets, and it had like the first new Seahawks t-shirt I ever saw was a Matt Flynn number 15 like t-shirt. Like this is gonna be the guy, right? You watch, because he was coming off that game in Green Bay where he had like every single game Packer record or something. And this guy Russell Wilson was the starting quarterback. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Does he have a bird or something? And here we are. I mean, obviously he does, but here we are years later.
Reference went over my head.
Well, it's Russell Wilson's bird.
Oh
my gosh.
It's MDACK. But yeah, Russell. You say 75th overall, Russell Wilson. You really don't know what you have, especially you guys know that Tom Brady, number 199.
Yeah. I guess we're.
Don't I know it?
Didn't the Pats like cut a number 1 or a first round pick too recently?
Yeah, Dominique Easley. Yeah.
He didn't fit in.
He was one of those guys that probably could have been a top 5 pick, but the year that the Pats picked him, he had double ACL tears, so he didn't play. And then they drafted him, and I don't think his knees ever really came to be. So they got rid of him.
That's so brutal.
Cut one, traded another, picked up one. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how that all equals out.
When is the draft? The draft is soon.
Draft is this Thursday.
Oh wow.
Oh, it is
Thursday, Friday,
right.
Saturday.
All right,
So the first round, the NFL does it different. The first round is long and is televised. Well, it's all televised, but the first round is like that's just the night. It's just the 32 picks, 31 picks. This time
You
around.
have to fill some time.
And
Everything
then
they do is so
then they do, I think, rounds 2 to 4 on Friday, then 5 to 7 on Sunday or something or Saturday. But yeah, it's a whole weekend event.
I only watched on
Rich
Sunday.
Eisen will be drinking a lot of Red Bulls.
Rich Eisen, yeah. How's his time in the 40, by the way?
The best he ever had, so it's like a 5 point. I think he cracked 6 seconds. So like 5.96 maybe. Michael Johnson was helping him train. Legit.
I wonder what my first ever 40 time would be. Like not.
You just went for
Like
it.
right now, just bust out 40-yard dash.
Well, no, I'd have to stretch a little bit, but yeah, just bust out a 40-yard dash.
I wonder that too. Like, how fast could I run 100 meters?
Yeah,
Right.
I'd say probably less than 9 seconds.
I'd say maybe 6.5.
The question is,
Maybe
can you run
6.5?
Can you run the 4-minute mile?
That I can.
See, I don't get that because a mile isn't 4 minutes long. It's actually a measure of distance. It's like a whole parsec thing. I just don't understand it.
Oh yeah. Well, the parsec thing is
it's
fictional.
moving that distance.
No,
in that
it's a real
time
thing. Well,
period.
the parsec thing is a real. It's.
Is it a real measurement of distance? Sorry, my bad.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise, how could you start that argument?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. All right.
That's very fair.
My mistake. My give up. Yeah. So the draft is this Thursday. Eh? Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Norman's getting paid somewhat, and
That was weird,
Yeah,
hey?
so I did
was
not
very weird.
know you could rescind a franchise tag.
You're our
for
guy.
like any other reason. Like if it would be one thing if you like
Isn't that the point
got
of the franchise?
misrepresented or got like PED suspension
Yeah.
or anything like that, but no, it's just
he
like
didn't do anything bad.
they're just like we talked to him. He's not going to sign a long-term deal, so we're just gonna leave. You're like really, and then he goes to the Redskins, the Washington sports team.
Yeah. There you go. See, it's not so easy, is it? Damn it.
Damn it. So yeah, I don't get it.
Matt, I think it was you who said like, I think it kind of defeats the purpose of a franchise tag, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
pretty much.
Yeah, like this. What? It's odd.
Franchise anybody? Can they now? But now they. Yeah, no, you can't. You can only franchise tag one player, and there's a deadline for it, so they can't like re-franchise somebody.
Yeah. I guess I guess there's no reason not to be able to rescind it. It just seems like bad management to rescind it.
Yeah, or like for no other reason than he's probably not going to sign a long-term deal, or he's going to cost too much to sign long-term. Seems
That seems like one of those things that's like, yeah, well, you're not signing him long term. You just tagged him. That's the point.
And it's not like there's a lot of a plethora of great free agent corners who they're going to be able to pick up instead. I mean, free agency's been, over for lack of a better term for, a month or two. Mm-hmm. And then, so I don't know. And then, so you have this cap space. You can't really do anything with it because the franchise tag only affects you for that year. It's not like another
any other time where it's like, yeah, this guy's a dead cap hit because they signed him to a contract 17 years ago and he's still a hit now. So I don't get it. I really don't understand it at all.
Don't they
just hold on to him for the season and go for the Super Bowl again? Then cut him and Cam Newton and start Jeff Wentz, Jim Goff, Pete Wentz.
Pete Wentz, yeah. Isn't there Pete Wentz? Isn't that the guy from Good Show?
Fall Out Boy,
Yeah, I was gonna
yes.
say that sounds like a musician.
Such
Yeah.
a weird pull. And teams only have like how many franchise tags to give out every season? Like one or two?
You get one, yeah.
You get one.
Pat's franchise tag this year was Gost, or was
Tom
that
Brady.
last year?
Oh, God.
I don't think it was Goss this year, but I could very well be wrong.
Could have been Ryan Allen. Who knows?
Yeah, but
These draft caps are pretty sweet, by the way. I'm not cool enough.
I didn't care
Well,
for them. I think.
No,
Let
they're very.
me check New England's. I might need a new
Oh
cap.
boy,
they're
Alex,
very-
you have a problem,
it's,
man.
What?
It's a Chrome like logo on
Chromebook.
on
Okay.
the front. I don't know if I'm gangster enough to pull it off.
I don't think you're gangster enough to pull anything off.
I can pull
The
off.
fact that we let you sing Nicki Minaj is about as gangster as you can
Sing, yes,
Pull up in
melodically sang.
Me, me, me. Yeah, exactly.
Cap.
Actually, it looks kind of nice on the page.
Put it up in the monster windows with the bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Ugh, I don't like these hats.
Look, they're so.
What's wrong with them, Alex?
This is not what I'd like. Yeah, the New England one's pretty good. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you're gonna buy it.
Oh, there's two. I want the blue. No, I want the black. No, I want the blue. No, I want the black. I have too many blue
Don't
hats.
get black. Black's not our color.
But I have too many blue hats.
Okay, then don't get the
Blue
hat.
is not an official.
I'm
Canadian.
literally wearing one right now.
You are
Yeah.
The Foo
representing
Fighters.
representing the food.
Every time I die, Foo Fighters, gentlemen. So I got 3 blue hats.
That was a sentence. Every time I die, Foo Fighters, gentlemen.
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 Not gentlemen.
Did I see a picture?
Idiots.
Did I see a picture of you in the gentleman hat? You need to model that. You need to work it.
There's one on Twitter,
You can
on
wear-
Facebook, on Instagram.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you call
Tim, Undertaker, Iron Man.
it. Rihanna was here on Saturday too. I didn't go to that concert though.
Oh yeah.
Someone's
Did
like,
she
where?
Song
Song drives me crazy. Like she's saying dur. Like that's not a song lyric.
Dart.
She's saying derp. She's literally derping in her song.
Yeah.
It's a hit song.
Derp.
She's derping in the song. She can't derp. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Jerry Seinfeld take.
She
on
got derp. She's derping.
I know Jerry Seinfeld has a hot take on Rihanna. I know he does.
Hot take.
He's got a hot take. Hey, the
pronounced
Raptors.
decay. They got
Series.
murderized on the weekend.
Yeah, they did.
They murderized and then got murderized.
They got
It's like,
murderlated.
you guys are the same teams. It's a day later. It shouldn't change that much.
That's the funny thing.
What was this, the
about
Vancouver Canucks in the 2011
that.
playoffs?
Yeah,
Win 2-0, lose 17-1, lose 96-3, win 1-0, lose 712-4.
it's hard to play in Boston. The air in that arena is little. It's
Yeah,
tough.
the air in that arena.
I honestly think that would have been a different series if that stick hadn't broken in like game 2 or something like that. There's like a
I
stick.
think it would have been a different series if what's his nuts didn't get knocked out. Nathan Horton. I think the team
Speaking
really
of
rallied
what's
around
his
that.
nuts,
Yes.
Pittsburgh.
Man.
Yes. Speaking of nuts.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know why. You guys are drawing odd connections. I'll say that.
I was just trying to.
Yeah. The Penguins
the
finally
conversation
beat
to
the
something
friggin'
more
Rangers in the playoffs.
Yes, they did.
Sick to
They
death
did.
of the Rangers.
Yeah.
And Lundqvist looked weak as heck. That like the whole
He
series,
looked-
man. He looked bad.
He
Were
looked
they in the
awful.
finals last year? Or was that 2 years
I
ago?
think it was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. I tweeted. I was like, I remember saying in 2014 that both these teams will never get out of the first round in 2016.
Yeah.
Because it was the Kings and the Rangers in the final then, and the Kings won in 2014, and now they're both out, along with the Red Wings and Datsuk in his NHL career. But yeah, the Penguins.
Who'd the Kings lose to?
Kings
Sharks.
lost to the Sharks.
Yeah, apparently San Jose is looking tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say Pittsburgh's looking the strongest right now, though. They're
Really?
crushing. Well, they won they scored 11 goals in the last 2
Yeah,
games.
they were
Against Lundqvist, that's
destroying.
pretty good.
Oh, there was such a pretty goal. I think Crosby like Crosby gained the zone, stopped dead, so that 3 of the Rangers were kind of like stuck in limbo in front of Lundqvist. They just kind of stopped up, gave a beautiful pass to, I think, Sherry, who just put it over Lundqvist's glove, and it was like, Lundqvist, he looked bad.
I think Sherry had like 2 goals that game too.
Yeah, we got a bunch of young AHL guys that Sullivan brought up. Sullivan, their coach.
Looking good, man. They're looking good. I mean, they're my team in the playoffs, right? I got the Cross.
You gotta have to now.
Well, and they have to now.
It's literally the only hockey jersey I own. I'll never wear it because every time I wear it, they lose. That's fine.
Good. Don't wear it.
Which makes no sense. I mean, like, to be superstitious about anything, but I was just like, sometimes if the Pats are losing, I change my seat, stuff like that. Like this chair isn't working. Obviously, there's some bad juju bees over here.
Everything going on with that game, every person involved in on that field and in the booth and in the office, nobody knows you exist. So anything you do, it's true. Anything you,
ow,
yeah, that's harsh.
Actually, no, they heard you. They heard you last season when you were at the game against the Washington football team. They were like, "Hey, remember that guy up there?"
Maybe they heard me in Houston in 2013 when I saw them play. Maybe they'll hear me in Buffalo.
Are you gonna go down to Buffalo?
Nah,
Let's
I'd
go,
like to.
Buffalo.
Probably not gonna happen.
Let's go check them out December 14th in Gillette Stadium. I think it's the 14th when they play the Ravens.
Oh, really? That'd be sweet.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's rando.
That's not random.
Well, I'll tell you where I'm not going. MTS Bank Center or whatever the hell they play.
M&T Bank Center, sir.
M&T.
M&T Bank Center. What else? NHL playoffs. Oh, the Capitals could collapse again against the Flyers.
I would love to see
I don't want to see that. I want the Capital. If it's on the Penguins, I want the Caps to get a shot at it.
Well, because the Penguins play the winner of that series.
Yeah. I super don't want to face Philly in the playoffs anymore either.
I don't either, but I don't like Washington. So I said, like, I hope Washington comes back and then loses to Pittsburgh, but I also don't like the idea of Pittsburgh playing Philadelphia because they're going to crap the bed.
Also, on the
Chicago coming back on
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
The subject of collapses. If St. Louis, I think St. Louis is going to lose that series. If they didn't win that double overtime game, they're not going to win the series.
Was it 3-0 or 3-1? 3-1.
It was, I believe, it was 3-1. So now it's a game 7 where both teams have the exact there's no advantage there for anybody. It's like either of you got to win.
Who's the team we're rooting for? Who's the home team
in that series?
Yeah,
the home.
No,
team
but I mean in Game 7,
the home team is St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah,
because I think CM Punk was at the game on Saturday. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, he was, and the Hawks mascot was dressed up as Prince.
Well, it's funny. That game was weird because Chicago was dominating, and then St. Louis came down and scored 3 super quick goals in the first. Like, in the first 11 minutes, it was 3-1 for St. Louis. And then Chicago came back and won, 6-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't, if IIRC.
You might, I don't know if they won at 6-3 or...
I thought they had an empty netter, but maybe I'm wrong.
You could be right. We're still crunching the numbers. Like Washington and Philly.
Right.
I may be crazy,
but it just may be a little.
Oh boy.
Looking for.
This is very musical. Very musical podcast. I'm a big fan. Next week you should do the all singing, all dancing version of the podcast. You can't see our dancing, but I'm wiggling my tuchus. I'm wiggling my buttocks right now. Washington and Philly played yesterday, but we're still crunching the numbers on that.
Crunching the numbers.
And same with, there are the 3 series that could be over. Dallas could move on, and the Islanders could move on. I don't remember if they did. We're still crunching the numbers. Yeah, those are the numbers right there. Oh, it was 6-3.
Yeah, you idiot.
I guess that was the score. So stiff. That was the score of the Pens game, too. So it was I was just...
Andrew Ladd plays for Chicago.
Yeah, the Jets traded him.
Pull my string.
And Patrick Sharp plays for Dallas. Yeah.
Are they still
weird. I
in?
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, Dallas could move on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dallas and Minnesota.
Yeah,
Okay.
they could move on. That was the one
Ooh,
game.
Dallas and Minnesota. Interesting.
Yeah.
Does Minnesota hate Dallas? They must. It must be like
For the moving the team there? Yeah.
Yeah, it must be a Baltimore Browns thing. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Browns.
Colts.
I'm like, nope. Nope. I have it wrong.
Yeah. No,
Nope.
Yep. No. It crossed my mind.
Yeah. He hawked on my burger.
Man, you really wimped out. What else, guys? I don't know.
What else do we have to talk about?
I don't know. What should we?
I had something. I don't remember.
It's all right. Matt's making a list of the things we discussed.
That's okay.
Checking it twice.
I saw.
Who's nerdier?
I finished the season 2 of.
Oh, second. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Matt, we had talked about this before. Not to interrupt. A little preamble. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt came out April 15th. So 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
We both started watching it, and I stopped watching it after the 3rd episode because I was like, me no have funny no more.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, not worth the time. And you said you would watch it for the both of us. Please give me your spoiler-free review.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if we had that discussion on air, but yeah, essentially I said, you know what, I'm gonna watch it anyway, so let's do that.
You're a power through, face down, head down, power through.
Yeah, I think there's 13 episodes. I think about 6 of them are good, and they're all in the back half.
Okay.
So it's tough to say like to power through on them. Just some kind of some observations about the season overall. I think that the creative trust behind the show for the second season, I feel like, and I think it's noticeable when you watch it, that they're trying to expand the frame for Kimmy Schmidt. Like they want, like the last season, the first one that is, it was all about Kimmy and her experiences, and everybody was kind of a supporting character. But then I think they started the season by saying, no, we have 4 kind of main characters we can swap out with. Kimmy, her roommate Titus, her landlord Lillian, and her friend Jacqueline. And it's just such a weak decision because no one outside of Kimmy is really all that likable, I don't think.
Yeah.
The first season, I kind of...
And that weird running gag of signs had being jokes was weird.
Well, when he...
Like, sometimes she's just like, oh, I love that song, Turtles in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. Like, who wrote that? And she walks by, and there's just a poster that says, Chuck Lorre wrote that song. And I was like...
She also says, what? She says, the guy who has that better be a millionaire. And it's like, yeah he is. Yeah, so there's some inventive things they try to do there. I think the first season did a good job of making me be like, oh, Titus is okay. And the second season was like, you want Titus all the time, right? And like, no, not even a little bit.
It's just like when supporting characters become... like a higher profile in a show, and you're like, no, you were perfect as a supporting character. Like if Morgan Tooker's gets too into Mindy Project, I'm like, all right, bring it back. But when he's just like coming in and out and like has these little lines, it's hilarious. But a little goes a long way with these people.
There was a moment later on in the season where Titus gets a call from a coroner, and I was like, Emily, maybe Lillian's dead, and I was like genuinely excited. And like, there's 2 episodes that are great in the season, like the great ones, and she's not in them. She has nothing to do with them.
It doesn't matter. Even if she was great, her voice alone,
it's horrible.
It's like, it's
terrible.
grating.
But I don't think it's a spoiler to say when Tina Fey shows up, things get really good. Yeah,
that is a spoiler.
Not really. Bro. It's fine.
Oh wait, she was in the first season.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, never mind.
She's not the same character.
She's a different character? Oh, no, but I loved her bumbling lawyer.
This might be too much speculation on my part, but I think they did the first few episodes, realized things weren't working, and then kind of punched in Tina Fey because there's a lot more of her this season, and it works a lot better. Yeah. And that being said, also, this season ends on a very strong cliffhanger. Yeah. A very strong cliffhanger. Anyway, so if you can power through it, all power to you. But I understand reluctance to get through the first half season. It's tough. There's something I gotta. I hope.
If you. Okay,
are you Alex? Are you gonna watch it?
It was
maybe. Okay. There's a gag in it I really wanted to share, but I don't want to share it if people are gonna watch it because I think it's hilarious. Like,
Will, do you not watch this? You have a lot of time in your hands. What do you do?
I surprisingly don't. Shut up. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not a Netflixer. I just watch stuff on my PVR a lot. I enjoy Netflix a ton.
Oh, you don't watch Netflix?
No, I do. I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately. No, I do.
Go out the window?
I just...
Well, I'm kind of thinking you don't, though.
Yeah, I guess I don't. I typically watch it mostly with Ian because he doesn't have cable.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch... There's tons of good stuff on Netflix.
No, I know. I do. I'm not like actively avoiding it. I'm just like... it's not my go-to.
It's a great successor. Like Kimmy Schmidt's a great successor to 30 Rock.
Oh, okay.
Stylistically and humor-wise.
No, actually, I think the next...
Which depends on if you like Jenna or not. What's her name in real life?
Jankowski?
Jane Krakowski.
Jane
Jane Krakowski, I think, does a good job in this season, by and
She
large.
does a good job. She's a great actress. I just hate her characters.
Yeah, she could be a bit
and so
overboard. They have to be responsible with her.
I get that a lot with characters. I'm like, I get this character's supposed to be grating and unlikable, but
So the next series
it down a notch.
next series I'm gonna do on Netflix isn't a Netflix original. I'm probably just gonna do The Office
Oh yeah,
because I had a
watch
good taste
all
of it.
The Office.
A good taste of it. Well, like up to when I'll watch it up to when and
yeah. If when
probably up to when like the seasons I started watching it, which were like I think 4 or 5
oh okay,
or something.
yeah, you can
So,
handle that.
Thank you. I think I can. I'm confident.
Whatever, man.
I'm still upset that I didn't get to finish Happy Endings, but that's my fault. I've been just ingesting everything about Game of Thrones in the last week.
That came back last night. It was so good. Did you see it?
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was great. That series, it's definitely my favorite show by leaps and bounds.
So I guess
by orders of magnitude.
Thank you for reminding me that now is
The Winter of a Distant Ten.
no, like
Winter's coming.
it's like Game of Thrones season. So now I have to just be ready to be like, all right, I'm gonna encounter this all the time, and I'll
Have you not seen it?
no, I have
He
no
doesn't watch
interest.
it. He's not interested.
No, yeah.
What do you
fine.
mean? What?
Yeah, no.
That's not allowed.
Sure,
Is that allowed?
Of course.
Can we get a ruling on that? Not allowed.
Fantasy does not do it for me at all.
It's not fantasy
You watched
though.
all the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, that's
okay.
true. It's not. It's very light fantasy.
Desolation of Smog was on TV on Saturday.
you
And you were
watched
angry
that?
at
What
it?
a piece of
It
ish
sucks,
that
man.
is.
on
Oh my
Showcase.
First of all, they're filming, and then
I'm just-
not to spoiler alert, but like the elves and hobbits are like going through on barrels.
Yes, stupid.
And then they switch to the POV, and it's like digital. Oh god, it's so
terrible.
frustrating. It looks so bad. Like, don't cut from film to digital and back. It looks so terrible.
Oh, they did the GoPro thing.
You do, yeah, you do Michael Mann, you do it all digital, or you do it all film. Otherwise, it takes me totally out of your crappy movie, which has the way worse special effects than the original Lord of the Rings. It's
and like a way bigger budget too. They had like 2 or 3 times the budget to make those movies.
yeah. And Peter Jackson was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and he knew they were bad, and everyone knew the production sucked, and they're just like, I don't know, we can't do anything about it. It sucks. It's when you take 3 400-page books and turn them into 3 movies, and then 1 250-page book and turn it into 3 movies.
And you try to pad it with extra material. No, it was a bad idea when they announced it.
I hadn't seen the movie. I only saw like parts of it, but just watching, I was like, this is awful.
But the last word on Game of Thrones is like the fantasy is like one of the least important elements about it. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not about the fantasy.
It's one of those things where like I have no lack of knowledge or understanding of Game of Thrones as a series. Like it's so ubiquitous in the culture that like I get what it's about and I don't care.
But do you know that winter's coming?
I do know the winter's coming, and those zombie things look cool. I also
Walkers.
understand the like I get people like it. It's not like I'm like I don't understand why people don't like it. I just don't care. But like people love it, and that's exciting. Good for everybody. Good for you guys.
How would you say it, Matt? Here's how I would say it. Game of Thrones to you is like
Go, shut up about Paul freaking Rudd.
Paul Rudd. See the deal, and never take it away from anybody. But it also never stay in the line for it.
No, I certainly
It
wouldn't.
works.
I certainly wouldn't get a threat from HBO for downloading it.
It works. Yeah, really.
Which I did get for True Detective. Thanks HBO. Don't worry, I didn't
season
download
1 or
any
2?
more of that too.
Yeah, you don't want any more too.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Man.
But Game of Thrones
Work,
comes
work,
back
work,
along with Veep and Silicon Valley too, which are 2 shows.
I think I like Veep. I want to see that.
I quite enjoy.
Oh yeah, you probably like
Veep's very good. I'm listening to Mark Maron's interview with Julie Louis-Dreyfus right now.
What a
Good interview.
crazy twofer. He's like episode 700. Here's Julie Louis-Dreyfus and Louis C.K.
Lucy K goes deep into Horace and Pete, a show I haven't seen. But
It's
interesting.
all Horace and Pete.
Yeah,
which
which
sounds like
he kind of has to come back off of what he said. I wrote this big blog post about like Louis C.K. went broke doing this, but it's important to follow
Oh, shoot.
what you want to do, blah blah blah. And then he's like, "I'm not broke." You're like, "Yeah."
No, I don't think he wouldn't break himself. Although I do like him talking about Lauren being like, "Please don't pay for this yourself."
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
I
really?
love Lauren.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Lauren
he got it.
Michaels.
I heard the Bill Simmons podcast.
Yeah, it's
which
pretty
I did not break my
close.
phone trying to listen to.
It's shattered his screen.
Two of my favorite things coming together.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did Bill talk about his WrestleMania experience, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
A little bit, yeah. He talked to.
Because he was right up there.
He
Like,
has
had one of
a
the worst
wrestling
seats.
writer on the Ringer.
He has like one
talked
of
to
the
him
worst seats for a
bit.
bathroom break.
Well, they were talking about kind of like the highs and lows and what the good matches were and stuff like that. They said the women's match was probably the best match on the card.
Yeah, I agree.
One thing I was gonna say, I rewatched, and this is going way back, but I rewatched the
Disalacious Matt.
Kevin Smith talking about.
Oh yeah,
Prince,
that's a good one to watch.
which is always good to.
Oh yeah, his
to
story,
rewatch
his Prince
that he
story.
passed.
I think everybody who had a run-in with Prince has a Prince story.
Yeah, but his is interesting.
It's a good story.
What?
Matt's saying, I think Matt's saying wrap it up.
Yeah, sure.
Giving us the
Wrap
wrap
that
it up
up.
box. Wrap it
That
up,
up,
beat.
beat.
Gotta wrap that gavel up. So thanks for downloading and subscribing and liking and reviewing us on iTunes.
Yeah.
Don't forget the fork.
Fork. We're coming in Fork next week. You can find me on Twitter at William C. Vaughn. Alex is
At
I'm doing
William C.
Alex
Vaughn.
next. Yeah, and Matt is
At William C. Vaughn.
Yeah, better follow that. All right. You guys want to give real Twitter handles or
At Evonix.
Yeah.
Literally, no one follows me because of the show, so it does not matter.
Whoa. Okay.
That attitude.
All right.
You can follow me at Evonix at least.
It's pretty stiff. All right. We'll see you next week, folks. Stay safe. Stay hungry. Stay away from my Cheerios cereal.